school. It's in the wall, so I turned that off. So that's turning off.
We're just gonna pretend like it ain't happening.
What
Oh,
do
it's
you
all that.
hear? And you can't be. I shouldn't have leaned down like that because I already was drinking this morning. I ain't even gonna hold you.
At 10 a.m. though.
It's happy hour somewhere.
In reality, it is. I'm with you. It's gone
I
for though.
It's gone.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode. A whiskey sour love is just a conversation. Cletus and I are clearly tussling this morning. Because I already been drinking.
I'm drinking
And
too. It's just water
wait,
though.
I probably should have some water. I haven't had water yet, but I'm gonna get there. Good morning. How are you this morning?
Man, I'm doing great, man. Close to spectacular. Yo,
I'm not fucked up, y'all. Okay. Anyway, welcome, Cletus. For those watching and listening, this is a brand new guest. You know, I like to cycle people in and out. This is an amazing person that I've met that is now a friend through
I'll try to
what?
find an amazing person. You talking about me? I was
Oh, I
somebody else
was
is
like,
coming
come
on.
on now.
Somebody else is coming on the show.
Well, then you know what? What? How would you want me to introduce you then? Because I was about to just rave about you, but
No, rave
you looked
on. Listen, I'm
around.
all for the raving.
Okay, I was like, this amazing. Like we're now. I'm gonna say we friends
I'm gonna say it too.
because we talk all the time, whether it be a DM, a live. Uh,
Those are two. That's basically the two ways. But we find each other on social media all the time. It's really interesting.
yes,
And just
and
bump into each other in LA randomly. Whenever I'm there, I happen to see you on
yes.
purpose
So
accident.
we did randomly meet in real life at Kev on stages. Keep your distance. I don't
Yeah.
even think. Did we not realize it was? We were like, okay. I'm like, I
I don't.
think that's Cletus, but I'm
Yep.
not sure.
That's what ended up happening. I don't think anybody expected me to be at the taping. So I was in town
Nobody did.
shooting Churchy, and so I was just like, oh, I'm gonna go by the studio to see the show that night. And so you
Okay.
sitting in the back, you kind of in the chair in the back, and I kind of was like walk in, and I'm standing there. And so like when you don't expect to see a person in a place, you don't expect to see him in a place. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
like Denzel Washington can walk into your local Walmart, and if you're not expecting to see Denzel in the Walmart, you standing right next to him getting bread. You know what I'm saying? And it's really him. But you like Denzel wouldn't be in my Walmart though. Like maybe in LA, but like here in Virginia, like there's no reason for Denzel to be in my Walmart. So
Okay, that's oddly strange that you say that that did happen in St. Louis when his son was
playing for
uh
Morehouse.
no, he was like I guess doing like a scrimmage or something for the Rams when the Rams were in St. Louis.
Gotcha.
So I'm gonna assume that's the son that is now the actor.
Yes.
Okay. So Denzel Washington, that really happened to people and people were like, man, that man looks like Denzel Washington, like he went to the mall or something. And people were really confused because they're like, I see this man that looks just like Denzel, but it was really Denzel.
Right. So that's the
Yeah.
that's the only way I think Beyonce and Jay-Z can go out in public. People
Yeah.
be like, "Oh, it's a Jay-Z impersonator. It's a Beyonce impersonator walking through the mall." And then when they buy the mall, they realize it was really them.
Yeah. That's happened to me several times with some people. I remember one particular situation. It was I was working at Saks and there was this white guy. It like we were like staring each other in the face, and I was like, man, he looks familiar, but I don't know where I know him from. And it was definitely the James
Brad Pitt.
Bond dude. It no,
Oh,
it was the
the
dude he played in
original
the
one,
not the not Sean. That what is that? Sean
Sean
Connery?
Connery.
Not him. It was the one after him, the really handsome white guy. He was in a Thomas Crown Affair.
Hmm.
He was his name.
So
I
probably a racist comment that'll get you canceled. All white people look alike to me. Now, and I know they say that about black people, which is the weirdest thing because black people come in such an array. But to me,
in an array of colors. Okay,
colors, looks, like every black person don't look alike. Now, you can throw a beard on multiple black men and we can all be the same person, but we still end up looking different. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get it. White people,
completely
all of
different.
them are the same.
I'm not even gonna hold you. Yes, I am that person that's like, man, like you can look at a person and just like, man, I think that's Susan. It looked like Susan, and it be Amy, and I'm like,
Every time.
wow,
Every time.
wow.
All of them look exactly alike. All of them, they're Meemaw. It's everybody's the same. And
Uh,
I participate in a lot of white activities. So for
what?
example, I play pickleball. I'm huge at playing pickleball. It's my favorite thing to do. And look at you. Look at you. The blackness in you won't even recognize pickleball. You like, first of all, you try to figure out why there's a pickle involved.
Well, no, hold on. It's the one, and it looked like it's a scoop.
Nope.
Oh, well, what's?
Nope. Pickleball is table tennis on a real court. So you basically
Oh
playing.
yeah, I mean, oh, I was just watching a movie last night, and they was doing that.
They just did a movie about it. Jamie Foxx is huge. He just bought a league. I mean, a team that he's putting in the league. He's creating a league. He's converted his backyard. He's got pickleball courts in his backyard. LeBron James just bought a team. It's the
Wait,
fastest.
let me make sure I'm thinking of the right thing, because this one that I be seeing people play at gyms, but they be hitting a wall like it's
That's
tennis.
racquetball.
Wait, what?
I played that too. That's very white as well. So there's a lot of white things I get into: skiing,
Oh,
racquetball,
that
pickleball, keeping my
that's
credit up.
not what I thought that was. I ain't even gonna hold. I
So just
What's the
imagine
one? Oh, badminton. I've played badminton before.
that's that's got the guy. So for a comedian, badminton is great because you play that with a shuttlecock. So that's what it's called. That's what the little thing that you hit in badminton is called a
Oh,
shuttlecock. Yeah.
it's been
Yeah.
such a long time, but okay, I will say the one white activity that I oddly enjoyed, and I took a couple classes, is fencing.
So very white is fencing. However, the joy of like just stabbing them person, like
Yeah.
and then so here's the thing. So you like French stuff. So that's probably why you really like French. Like
I
because all the moves in French are French, avant-garde and parade and all the words that you use when you fencing. That's all French. All the moves are French. It's dope, man. Like I was trying to learn French and just so I mean French and fencing
I,
just so I could use the words on women. Come here, let me parade you, girl. Like
yeah,
you don't
I
you
I
don't think
took
so?
a couple classes, and I stopped because my instructor was funky. I couldn't do it. And I'm like, I can't be showing up in the best antiperspirant and you don't give a damn. Like it was really, I just couldn't take it. And sometimes smells, like they upset your stomach. So
You're
I
tripping, yeah.
stopped. So I want to pick it up again. I'm gonna find the time, because I'm determined to also, on top of the 6 goals. I only got 6 goals this year. I think that's doable for
Yeah,
300 and
yeah. That's
so
one
many
set, one every
days.
2 months. Yeah.
And
Oh,
then
one every 60 days. Yeah.
yes, so I feel like it's doable. But please,
You
if
don't do
you're watching
yoga?
this, huh?
You don't do yoga?
I was throwing up. Nobody was funky, but every time I did yoga, I would be super nauseous and was throwing up.
Really? Even like hot yoga?
I listen, if I did hot yoga, I'll be dead. I would faint. I don't know if it's, I know that they say that sometimes that could be a form of your body purging, like toxins. I don't,
You keep your
nobody likes how having to throw up feels. The mouth watering, the way that your stomach, like nobody wants to feel that.
nausea ain't what it is.
It's not what it is.
Everything should go down. Your
And it should
downward
stay
parts are
down.
made for that.
And
Up,
even it don't feel good. And then like it's moments where I was like, damn, like I'm not, like, I'm super nauseous. I should probably force myself to throw up. Even the idea of that, it gives me anxiety, and I'm like, I'm gonna just lay down and drink this ginger beer and call it a night.
which is grown up ginger ale.
Yes, it is. But yeah,
No
it's like,
ginger in ginger ale. I know black people have sworn by it. But in 9 out of 10, Seagram's ain't got no ginger in it. If you want to really change your life, drink ginger beer. It first of all, it's gonna put hair on your chest. Second, it's gonna knock everything out of you.
It really is. And I also keep ginger, like ginger tea on deck, because you just never know what's gonna happen. And I'm the type of person, my stomach is, in my entire life, has been sensitive. So yeah,
Ginger,
I keep it
ginger
all on
tea,
deck.
ginger tea will kill you too. So before you met me, I had throat surgery. I think you met me kind of like right coming out of my throat surgery. So I had throat surgery. So like when I first went on tour with Kevin and them,
Uh huh.
to hear them. So when I first went on tour, then I had throat surgery and I went back on tour with them. And
You
Kevin,
had polyps?
yeah. So
Okay.
to hearing them were like, oh my God, like your whole life has been a lie. We didn't know what you actually sounded like until now. Because when I met them was before I had the throat surgery.
What
Um,
did you sound like before? Like,
oh my
was it like
gosh,
deep?
I clearly had like the rasp, like you could not. It was permanent, like I had a sore throat, like I was going through laryngitis all the time. So I could speak, but it was rough. It was hard, and so that was a terrible experience in my life because when I first went to the doctor, I went to an ENT, and the doctor sent me to the oncologist. So the oncologist comes in and he runs and he looks, and then he's all disappointed because I don't have cancer. Like he was like, man, you ain't got no cancer. It's like, man, I'm sorry to let you down. I know you wanted that check, but I appreciate you not getting this work. Um, Second of all, I was not smart enough to know how they actually look at your throat. So when I go in and get my throat looked at, they're like, yo, we want to look at your throat. We're gonna numb your throat real quick. So they sprayed a spray in my mouth, and then they were like, okay, we're coming in to look at your throat. I'm
It
gonna
make you throw up.
Nah, it ain't even made me throw up. Here's what's the worst part. They sprayed a little spray to numb my throat. I guess that'll take away the gag reflex or whatever. So they come in and
What
like,
is
all
this spray?
right,
I Nothing. Continue.
it could be used for all kinds of things. Like if you got it all night long. So they spray my throat. My throat is numb. So they like, all right, we get ready to go look in. I open my mouth up. They're like, no, no, close your mouth. And I was like, I'm confused because y'all supposed to be looking at my throat. Like, why are you telling me to close? Yo, they go in through the nose. So they put the camera in through your nose and then back down your nasal cavity because that's the best way for them to see everything that's happening. Yo, worst, weirdest feeling ever.
So I have had that experience. Well, they didn't go in my throat. My passageways, my sinus passageways have been giving me issues. Probably it's before COVID. And so they numbed my nose, my passageways, and took a camera up.
That's how they do.
Um,
That's how they took the brains out of mummies. Ain't nobody got time for that.
like yeah, and they said I didn't have a deviated septum. They didn't know what was happening to me. They just prescribed me a nasal spray, and they was like, oh, take like an allergy pill. And I'm like, but who wants to do that? Like, can we figure out something? So I went and got a second opinion from a different place. Nigga, I found out I'm deaf. I'm my hearing aids are on the way.
Like I'm having problems with my sinuses. It's because you're deaf. What? Wait, what?
I have no idea. I It's so funny because I knew I had hearing loss. Um, just they just confirmed it for me, and I knew, I was like, the problem is gonna be my left ear. It was, and then the right wasn't as bad, but then in the middle of the hearing test, the lady came on and said, "Did you have hearing aids growing up?" That yeah. So it was a mess. So I like take her down like the journey of like my hearing situation, hearing ringing in my ears, and I probably should have had hearing aids like my entire life probably.
Oh, you finna be the sexy Helen Keller. if you
I
if you don't become like the face of deafness, like, and it's crazy because we deaf ain't deaf isn't even something. First of all, people always talk to deaf people like they stupid. Like, no, they're just deaf. Like they just have a hard time here. I'm trying to tell you, no, like
like
stop.
but here's the thing. I ain't even trying to be in your face to read your lips.
No
Leave
need.
me the hell alone. I've been practicing. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like especially when you leave outside of stores and there's people always trying to solicit things to you. I am petty. And my dumb ass had fucked up and was on the phone when I walked out of the store. And I was like, oh. He was like, I thought you could. I was like doing like signing. And
Yo,
then
people try and stick with you. Like he one of them whip that one of them janks out, just be blind. True story, man. I seen Michael B. Jordan on an episode of House, and he was a blind guy. That's a whole different story. And he been making the same struggle faces since he's been acting. People love to talk about Carrie Wilson,
Carrie Hilson is a singer. Carrie Washington
Kerry
is an actor.
Washington. People love to talk about her struggle faces because her faces are amazing.
It's like, but it's all teeth. And
It
there
is.
was this weird shift because remember she was in Save the Last Dance,
No,
and
but
then okay,
I'm a
so
grown black man. I ain't got no business watching Say the Last Dance if I wasn't in a relationship.
I feel like I definitely went to the movies to see that, but there was this weird shift. I don't know where it happened in Scandal because it wasn't as
Pronounced.
prominent. I feel like they
Mhm.
told her to exaggerate more.
But the first
And
season of Scandal, like the first two seasons, her face won't like that.
it wasn't. So I don't know what happened.
White
Who
penis.
sure. I
Black ladies leave white penis alone. It'll tear your face up.
now it's just like I can't even.
That movie that she did, there was a movie
Yep,
she did. I think her son
stop it. Couldn't watch it. Too much teeth for me.
got that shit was horrible. Like that's all she did the whole film. It was like
I
a
can't. I
film
can't.
play.
But and recently Gabrielle Union came out and said that she was trying to, I guess, like minimize her black features, like of her mouth. And so you know how Gabrielle Union talks. It's like my top lip is like very like I
Hmm.
talk like this, like so. She said that's not how she used to talk.
Wow. Now I got to go back and actually listen to Gabrielle Union rather than
So
just.
she like somehow figured out how to like just like it's really weird. And I was like, yeah, like, bitch, you're black. You have lips. Like, that's what we have. It's a luxury.
People are now paying for these. Man, do you
Paying
know how much
for it.
my lips are worth on the black market? It's the most expensive thing I got.
Speaking of black things, you brought up Churchy. I
Yes.
want to play a clip.
All right, let's see which one you're going to shoot up here. Very slow. Oh, sometimes you go out with no overcoat and you just get what? Oh, when no showers get all on you until you feel it, you just get what? You get moist. You heard what I said that I'm moist. Emphasis on the ST. Moist. Oh, like a good lemon pound cake. Moist. Oh, the showers will get you wet. Ah, yes. Wet me, Jesus. Oh, be a super soaker, Lord.
I'm
wet.
I'm
Lord,
soaking
when I get
wet.
all wet in you, Jesus.
You can't say
When I
that.
get all moist, I'm just saturated.
I'm saturated.
Oh, it's all over me, saturated.
I'm saturated.
Good Lord knows I'm saturated. Yeah,
Sir.
that's probably something my mom's not proud of. But it was a good time. It was a good time. And what's crazy is that so let me give you, yeah, I did that. And
I'm
um
saturated.
people gave Kev, like they always tell you stay out the comments. I'm reading the comments. People like, man, Kev is amazing. Kev thinks of the amazing stuff. How does Kevin come up with this? I was like, it was me. I thought of that. Kevin wasn't with me. Kevin sent me to a studio and just said record it. And I was Jay-Z. We got it right in one take. So a lot of people don't realize, like Kev. First of all, that whole thing, Churchy, the series. If you haven't seen Churchy, go check it out. I play the role of Deacon Charles. It's amazing. It's not just for church people. Like there are things that I clearly talk about eating butt in the
You talk.
series.
I was gonna get there.
Yeah, that's who I
Eating
am.
butt.
Yeah, I'm the eating butt guy now. So, I went to my son's school recently, and the security guy was like, "Hey, I don't really know how to ask, but I saw a clip on the internet. Is that you?" I was like, "Yes, that's me. I'm the man that won't eat my wife's butt." Um, but but the gentleman who did the music for Churchy, like Kevin, first of all, shout out to him, man, for sparing no expense and getting all kinds of black excellence in that production. The writing is black, the editing is black, the film crew is black, craft services was black, the church we
It's
filmed
for
at.
black people.
It was for black people anyway. Yeah, so we blackened it up a lot. So the gentleman that and his name won't come to me just because I wanted to. Kev texted me. He's like, "Yo, I need you to go to this guy's studio and record." And I'm like, "Word." I'm like, "I'm no singer, so like, I'm a comedian. That's what I do. I comediate." And so we go to the studio, and we got like this 3 hour block for me to record. And
Uh huh.
I'm like, "Cuz, it's not gonna take all this time. Like, I'm gonna need 20 hot. I'm gonna get this right in one take and get out." And so man, he's like, "No, I like to get to know the artist and all this stuff." So I sit and talk to him, and and then we record. We have a good time. Like we have this whole rapport. He records, and it's just a good time. And then when I leave, I realize that this man has multiple Grammys. He wrote all the music for Israel and New Breed. Like he is that nigga. Like it's like me going in Michael Jackson's studio and not
Is
knowing
it like
Michael Jackson.
Dedrick?
Nope. Now I gotta
I'll look. Go ahead. Continue. I
figure
got
out
you.
his name. But it's so dumb. Like I had to call back and apologize. I was like, "Yo, my bad. I apologize. I had no idea. Please forgive my ignorance." Like it was ridiculous. Aaron Lindsay.
Wow. Wait a
Aaron
second.
Lindsay is his
Oh,
name.
wait a second.
Aaron Lindsay.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, cause that's what's her face husband. But you said if
Are you talking
he
about
I know he produced, but that's Israel. Like that's what's his
Israel?
face.
Yeah, not you talking about Erica Campbell's
Adrian
husband.
Byline husband. But you're telling me that this guy produces for like all
Aaron
his
Lindsay wrote everything he wrote all the great songs by Israel Newbury. He wrote "The Best of Me" by Marvin Sapp. Wrote that.
Oh
Like yeah,
wow.
like this dude is pretty much gospel music, and I'm in his studio, but he's so down to earth. He's not mentioning it or anything, man. So when I get back in the Uber to leave, is when I'm like, "Yo, let me look up this guy, Aaron Lindsay. I'm gonna follow him. He seems like a really good guy."
Mm-hmm.
And so then when I Google him, and then it's like Aaron Lindsay wrote for Jesus, and I was like, "Oh, my bad." Let me call him back and let him know. I apologize for my ignorance. But
It be like that sometimes. You meet people and you're just like, man, they were really, really cool. And then you're like, oh,
you had no
damn.
idea they were like the son of Christ. Like I think that's how people. I think that's how people had to feel like when they first met Jesus. Like when Jesus walked through, and you're like, "Man, we let this cool dude in, man. Like he had really nice sandals. I thought he was cool. He was real down
Right,
to earth. I thought he was in a gang. It was 12 guys with him. Let them all in. But and then
right.
you
He
find
had
out
this
later,
energy. He had the vibes.
man. He found out he really just went there and died for your sins. So it's crazy.
Yeah, I I I randomly years ago had breakfast with oh, his name, he's from Earth Wind and Fire. One with the long hair and
That's all
the
of them. Mustaches. They're cool though. I've met them before. But you had lunch with them.
it,
I
it
was
was just
trying
it
to
was
name.
just random. I literally was just having a fangirl moment, just saying hi because I was on my breakfast break. I would and a breakfast break is when you combine your 15-minute breaks and you work for
Mm.
somebody, and so I went to breakfast. So I was just sitting there enjoying my breakfast, and I just was like, "Hey, how you doing?" And that's it, because Earth, Wind, and Fire, legend.
So you got
and
Philip Bailey, Verdine White,
Birdie and White.
and I think did Verdine. I don't wanna.
Nope, he's still
Maurice
alive.
passed away.
Nope.
Maurice.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah, he's
no,
still
Birdie
living.
is still living.
Yeah, that's Verdine. Hey,
Um,
there ain't too many male Verdines in the world.
it's not. And so that was really it was I like once I got past a certain point where he couldn't see me at the window no more because I, clearly had to go back to work. I was like, it was so dope. But
That's Los Angeles though. That's a Los Angeles thing. Like my friend of mine, like I see Usher all the time in Target, and I'm like, y'all got it different in LA. Like it's you expect to see people. Most of y'all don't act crazy when y'all see famous people.
well, because I'm like the key is to you want to have a conversation and to get them and kind of engage with you. You don't want and you don't you kind of want to like make sure they kind of fall under the radar. I met Usher one time, and I was coming out the stock room. And I like hit the corner when I came out, and he was like right there. And I was like, "Oh, excuse me." I was like, "Man, what's up, Usher?" like,
Did you just kill who he?
like, what's
You
up,
like
man? Like, but inside, I'm like, this the nigga that sings Superstar. Like,
right?
it was
What
like,
was superstar as popular before social media? I think social media made superstar. Well, until he did that all that the high note. I'm not even gonna disrespect the man's voice by trying to do it myself. But until that became like a little meme with him doing it live, where people really and was that really a
super.
top 10 Usher song before then?
It really was. I think I really, but also different generation person that witnessed that album drop and how it changed music in real time. And I feel like there's a whole formula behind Confessions. And I feel like it's a formula that people don't often visit and don't realize how successful
No,
it
Usher,
is.
you can't take away from the success of Usher.
You
But
can't.
I'm thinking when you think Usher songs, it's gonna take you a minute
Mm-mm.
before you get to superstar. You
Nope.
gotta go with when he first came out, Make Me Wanna. So
Nope,
when
that
I think
ain't even.
Usher,
But see, that's when Usher became a superstar. And so with Usher's career, you got to remember that
he started as a child.
he started as a child, and
He
so
was
we get
4
a
years
big
old when he first
gap.
came out.
If we get a gap because he had it's so many ways is the first joint. So you get a gap in Usher's career because Usher goes through puberty. And so him also kind of going through puberty, I believe almost got him dropped
Right, kind of
because
changed his voice and his look and all of that stuff, right?
yes, and so because he was working with Diddy at first, but once he like Babyface and them really got to like that's again last week talking about how the greatness of Babyface, uh
Kenneth Edmonds is
Kenneth Edmonds again
he's a god
Babyface.
amongst men.
I've randomly have met Babyface twice. And I really be wanting a fangirl, but I'm like, it's always in public. But I would like to fangirl. I'm like, oh my God, I'm not worthy. Because he's that great. He's that great. But Usher, when I think of, I'm gonna be honest. I
So
think for the
I
most
can't.
part, I think for the most part, when people think of Usher, people go immediately to the Confessions album.
8701.
I'm an 8701 chick.
You remind me. You remind me of a
You
girl
remind
when I
me,
was
you don't have
little.
to
You got
call.
it bad. You don't have to
Can
call
you help me? How do
all of
I
those
say
before.
hello? I can't take my eyes off you.
See, I don't know that one. I didn't take deep dive into the album, but I'm talking about just the hits. Just the hits on 8701. You remind me. You got it bad. You don't have to call. Just those three right there are way
Bruh, no, no, you take, please do
superstar.
yourself a favor and listen to the entire body of work
No,
because
I'm just saying.
good old ghetto is fire.
Yeah,
It's a bonus track.
Confessions, Burn, all these songs I'm going with before Superstar. Superstar's on the Confessions album. I get that. I'm even going with Bad Girl before I go to Confessions. I Depending on
no,
what kind of nastiness you into, you go with
here's
that's what it's
the
made
thing.
for.
I have always been in my different
Love in the
stages.
Club.
No, I'm telling you that, and that's not. Listen, I'm telling you This is for me. I will never forget the first time I heard Superstar. Like, because you get you get the we gonna call it the preamble. You get the interlude first.
Yeah, I get
Well,
all of it.
you get this goes out to you, you. I
But
can't stop until I see you, sugar. You know who you are. This is for my number one, number one. I'm telling you, it's the lead up to, and then you get like it's come on.
I
Superstar
just
is
say
so great. I'm not doing this with you. I'm not
I ain't
doing
gonna lie
this.
to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. The 25th and I'm looking at the 25th anniversary edition of My Way, right? You make me want a nice and slow jam. Like it, there, I'm not taking away. Two things can be true on this. Superstar could be a great song, but it can also be a testament to how great Usher is because it's not a top 10 great Usher song. For example, I'm a huge. Okay, so first of all, my favorite singer of all time is Stevie Wonder, right?
Okay.
Now, what he was
I
doing,
ran into Stevie Wonder at Apple.
he probably ran into you. He probably ran into you because you could see.
We'll have a whole theory if Stevie Wonder can see or not on another episode.
A lot of people say he can. So
But
here's the thing.
continue.
So here's the thing. Yeah, it makes no sense for him to be staring in the mirror. I'm listening to lately, and he says lately I've been staring in the mirror, and I'm like, why, Stevie? Why is Stevie Wonder staring in the mirror? But you know what? To each his own. To each his own. I'm a huge fan of Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder is my all-time favorite. My all-time favorite group, of course, is Boys and Men. Now, there are songs that Boys and Men have done that I think are top 10 songs, but however, when people think about they're top 10 for me. Are the Remix is a top 10 song for me for Boys and Men. However, most people, when you be like, give me a Boys and Men song, it'll take them a year and a half before they get the Are the Remix. Not the
Well, okay, can
original.
you sing the hook of that song? Because
The hook is just ah. That's
I've
it.
never heard of this. Also, I've never listened to a full body of work by Boys to Men.
See that's just got to be the age difference. Because I don't see how you can enjoy Earth, Wind, and Fire, but not listen to the full body work of Boys and Men. Boys and Men's the only gripe I ever have with Boys and Men is when they start to try to do something up tempo. They need to do all ballads. That's it. When they try to put a beat behind something, it goes wrong every time, except for Motown Philly. When they just focus on being able to sing, that's it. I'll make love to you. Girl in a Life magazine. They got so many amazing songs. They're amazing. That's my favorite group of all time. Nobody does it better. Nobody. Now
I'm really trying to think about up tempo, like some of their biggest hits.
the
And you're
biggest up
right,
tempo hit, the only up tempo hit they have is Motown.
Motown Philly. Yeah.
And
Oh
you from
wow.
St. Louis, so you kind of a thug. So you gonna prefer Jodeci anyway.
Actually, no. I have never listened to a full body of Jodeci work, but also think about there were certain things that we technically could not listen to in our house. Like we got in trouble for going to Puffy's No Way Out tour in 97, which is I think that was either the first or second time I saw Usher live because now we have My Way. I remember where I was when we got the My Way CD. My daddy dropped it off to my school.
So my brother, who's not really
So
my brother, was the sound man on that tour.
that was a really good tour. No
So I
Way
had an
Out
Usher
was a
jacket
really
when I was
listen.
in college.
What a time. We're off
What a time
we're
to be alive.
still what a time because like Biggie just got killed. So there's like moving past that. So now there's Missing You. It's like this whole thing. Like I'm seeing Lil Kim live, and I was this Lil Kim fan. Like it was crazy. So low key, okay, I was Lil Kim for Halloween, like in the fourth grade. My mom didn't know what was happening, and so she just thought it was
That may
somebody.
be a crime.
She didn't know.
Oh,
Like she was oblivious, but like I said, we got in trouble because she told her friend that we had went to this concert, and my she was like, "You let your kids go to that?" And we went to concerts by ourselves. Like our parents never went to concerts with us. And again, what a time. And I remember us like coming home from the concert and being
So you had big
immediately,
fun with the wretched. That's what
yeah, like we immediately were on punishment.
because you had big fun. Huh? Yeah.
Listen, it was
It was
what a
worth it
time. It
though,
was a,
right?
it was worth it. Totally worth it. How many people can say that, yo, I saw 112, Usher, Lil Kim, Busta Rhymes, who else was on that tour? It was the Locks. It was so many, it was like bomb. So how many people can say that they experienced all of that in one setting? Not many.
Not many. But
Not
some people
many.
wouldn't want to. Wasn't Mary J with them too on that? Mary J was on that too, wasn't she? I think Mary J was on that too.
Maybe she was, but I remember there are certain points.
You remember the strong bad boy ties, Faith Evans.
Yeah, I so this, and I enjoy Mary J. Blige. Like we people are. I feel like she's a controversial subject at times because
Because she
of,
can't sing and she's rhythmically challenged.
here we go. So my friend said this last week because we dissected the Rolling Stone greatest artist of all times list. I enjoy Mary J. I like the dancing. Surprised she still doesn't have a boot line because she gonna give you boots. I like there was an era of Mary J. Blige where I was just standing. Like, what
Cracked
is
out,
it?
crack Mary J is good. As
Can
long
you
as she's on crack or going through some kind of some kind of hurt.
why can't y'all let niggas be
I
happy?
don't like when she's clean. Clean Mary,
Listen,
that don't
honestly,
work.
I'm gonna tell you, she got this song on her latest joint with Dave East. Yo, that album, hella solid.
Is she
And
clean?
yeah, she
This is a clean,
clean.
happy Mary.
I wouldn't say, I wouldn't, I wouldn't say if she's happy.
'Cause that's what we don't want that out of Mary J. Blige. I just need her to have something
You
going
don't
on.
want to be in the dancery.
Oh, listen, no hateration or holleration in your dancery. But that was about the only song off of that one thing that we was like, okay, cool. But your best Mary J was when she was smoking crack with KC, when she was probably being abused physically. And I don't want that for her, but that's when we need
You
to test her.
listen. Wait a second. Wait a second. So you didn't like when Mary J was like, um, she had enough crying. She was like, the
No
sex was good. You
more
had my mind.
crying.
And she was rapping.
No,
Okay.
she was in areas she didn't need to be. We need share my world, Mary. We need her hurting. Okay? Mary J. Blige should not be protected at all costs. I know we say a lot of people should be protected at all costs. Mary J. should not. Mary J. should be exposed to toxic men and bad drugs. And that's how we get our best music. Now, as a person, we want to protect Mary J. Blige. But as an artist, no. Throw it to the wolves.
Okay, I ain't even gonna hold you. I feel like that about Keisha Cole.
I don't even like Keisha Cole, but I do know that she didn't pronounce the letter V in love, and that really makes me upset. That she sung a whole song about love. There's no V in that song. Oh love. That's it. You had to imagine the V in that song.
You just hating.
No, I'm just telling the
But
truth.
that's also not my favorite song on that album. My favorite song of that album is not a single, so it's
I've
fine.
never digested I've never owned a Keisha Cole album. I think Love may be the only song that I have, even in my Apple, and that's because it was like on a best of 2000 and something playlist. I am not a fan. I think I'm
Anyway,
more of a fan of her mama than I am her.
R.I.P. to Frankie.
She's
Uh, yeah,
but I'm not a very big fan.
she died like a couple years ago.
My bad. Peace out,
She
Frankie. Tell my
Yeah,
mama.
unfortunately she I believe it was might have been drug related. So, anyway, I'm not doing this. Like I just feel like I feel I feel like what happens with artists sometimes is that I'm not gonna say it's necessarily that they happy. It's just like I feel like there's pressure from like studios for them to give us something different, and I'm like, if it ain't broke,
Don't fix it. So I think. So I think. So here's one of the things I really do believe about the music industry, and that I've really noticed. So usually when you have your best artists, especially when you start talking about like a lot of your R&B artists, their
mm-hmm,
best albums are when they're doing songs that someone wrote for them. So you
yeah,
come in and you allow Babyface to write you a whole bunch of hits.
mm-hmm,
You come in and let Pharrell do a whole bunch of hits, and you have these hits, and these songs are amazing, and your albums do great, and you don't make any money because everybody else wrote the songs. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
And so the artist says, I decided to have more control of my career. I wanted to do more stuff. And some artists are not writers. You clearly are a singer or an artist, but they decide that they want to do their own music because they want to try to get those residuals. And a lot of times that's when you see them fall off a cliff. You be like, hey man, stick to letting somebody write the songs. You sing them. Get your performance pay. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
You just don't need to wake up on Mondays and get a check. It's just not gonna happen for you. That's just not gonna happen. You're not a writer. Put in a
Or I mean, for real. But here's the cool thing about now. I'm pretty sure there's a hierarchy of how everybody gets paid.
correct.
But baby, come in there and sit with them and write the track. Add a line or
Put a
two,
line
so you
in.
can get a credit.
Put a
Like
line
I
in.
really, as much as I love Beyonce, all that, I feel like that's what be happening sometimes because when you think about when we got the verses, the very first one, and it or a second one when you see it's like the Dream versus like Sean Garrett or whatever. And he is like, it's like hit after hit after hit after hit after hit, and they all Beyonce.
Like, I was this.
I'm
I
telling
wrote
you, you
this
better
too. I
learn
wrote
the
this too.
game.
Yeah. So
Better
my
learn the
friend
game.
Kelly Price wrote for her name's Kelly Price, but she goes by Kelly Nicole Price. She wrote some stuff for like Beyonce, but Beyonce can't go wrong. Beyonce's not going to lose just being a singer.
Right,
I'm saying like
right.
she doesn't need the royalty checks because Beyonce, what they gonna pay her, whatever million to come do a concert in Dubai. I think it's like 20 million they're gonna give her to come do one show in Dubai. Like
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. So like she's grown so high, she don't need all that other stuff. But
yeah,
when you start looking at some of the like 112, if you look at where 112 started to fall off, is when they was like, no, we don't want Puffy to get writers and stuff. We'll take control of our creative
well,
juice.
because were they, because here's the issue, were they really getting paid?
No, and that's what they wanted to try to do. They wanted to try to get paid. They looked. There is something about seeing you doing all this hard work and everybody reaping the benefits of it. And
Yeah,
I've never been. I'm a comedian. Like I get all of me. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't write
yes.
now. You do
Okay,
have
John Legend, we
some
got
at
it.
the higher level who do. Like Kevin Hart has writers. And it's hard to be able to be like, I wrote that for Kev, and you see it. Like there's a little bit of you that dies every time he tells that joke. Like if you write for Kevin Hart and it's the killer, like whoever wrote You Gonna Learn Today. Can you imagine being
I
you
mean,
the one who wrote
I'm
it?
I'm gonna say this. You, it's kind of an egotistical thing, but for me, I'm like, as long as the check clears,
But
and
this
I'm like, but here's the thing, it's like, I think my question will be, is was the check enough?
because you
Like,
never realize it was
what was the amount? Because like, what are you getting paid as a writer? But those are things, being creatives and understanding that process behind the scenes. I was explaining to Pat the other day. I was like, as much as I like being in front of the camera, I also like knowing the ins and outs of being able how to see how things are put together, because sometimes people get paid more.
oh, absolutely. There's people
Yeah, so
and they get to
it
have
kind
their
of gets a
life.
bit,
They get to
yeah.
have their life. People don't know them when they go out, stuff like
Sometimes
that.
they get to have their life.
Sometimes, like
Sometimes.
a lot of times, people. I mean, now we're in a more of an information society where people can find out stuff and they can feel, oh, that's the writer of. But for the most part, people don't care about writers. So like,
Yeah.
and usually if I say stuff, there's a little bit of me that died whenever what comment I make. So one of the I did some writing for All Deaf.
Okay.
I did some writing for All Deaf, and when they were doing the dad jokes, right? So I would get a call. First Cab asked me, then Denzel, not Washington. There's also a Denzel that works for All Deaf. I don't know
I
Denzel.
know. I know him.
Yeah, so you know Denzel. I don't want people to be listening.
Yeah.
Oh, he feel like he know Denzel. No, that's not what I'm saying.
No, 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 no. I know Denzel.
So one of the most viewed dad jokes ones is they had Dormtainment, right? And they
Yes.
do theirs. I wrote on that thing at least 50 to 60% of the jokes they told on there were jokes that I wrote, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm watching people be like, "Oh my god, they're genius." Where do they come like? And it's got 27 billion views, and I'm just like, but it was me, and I got paid for it and things like that. I had
I,
no idea.
I I wrote all this shit. This is
Right?
mine.
That's all me, cuz. That's my brain. And so there's a when you're at a level where you're trying to get to that kind of notoriety.
Yeah.
So you
I
say to
understand.
yourself, well, dang, I'm good enough that people would love it, but I had to put it on somebody else's face and name and stuff like that. So it's a hard balance. And so you are
Yeah.
with the check, you do get the satisfaction of knowing, yo, I did that, but you also kind of want to be like, yo, I did that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And so it's like, but this is how and why spaces like this exist. So then you can be able to say, like, yeah, I did this, or that was me, and being able to get that notoriety, and being
But
able
people
to,
do
like,
it.
yeah, I
John
know.
Legend just did it. Like if you
It's
ever
so
seen
funny
John
because I
Legend,
called you John Lennon, and when you said, because it's all of me, I said, okay, John, and you missed the joke, but it's okay. It went over your head. And
yeah, So the John Legend thing is great when he be like, that was me too. And he starts singing. You like, you remember that? And he be like, I'm calling.
yeah.
That
But
was
see,
me.
but John Legend is somebody. There are certain people. There's also a formula and theory too with this. Is that there are certain people that honestly, like you said, should probably stay in their lane. But I think what happens is some people at some point they you need to see me. I'm this great writer, and I want to be in front. And so we see it happen a lot of times in the music industry, because now the writer wants a face. The currently a person that's currently successful and been able to ride that wave is the girl Money Long. And
You've been writing
so
for
we've
everybody.
been writing for everybody for a long time. And so but other people, it's not, it hasn't worked out. Like The Dream is somebody where it's worked for him. But Sean Garrett is somebody that had,
Neo.
tried to. Neo's another one, but it's more people that kind of like, okay, shit, I probably just need to write, as opposed to trying to be this big artist. Because it's like, when it comes to music and things like that, we understand that it's a package deal. And
Music has
so
so
it's
many
like,
variables.
and music for the most part, they're very visual people, because it's like, how can we sell you? Whereas an actor could kind of be unattractive or whatever. There's certain things,
Forrest
but it's like,
Whitaker's been in the game for a long time.
a long time.
Bokeem
And
Woodbine has been in the game for a
I,
long time.
I'm not gonna say nothing, because I
You
don't think
probably
that,
you probably gonna meet all these people. I'm in
right.
Virginia.
Yeah, and
And
so
I'm a
I
comedian,
just,
so they can take it with a grain of salt.
but so where there's more leeway, um, and music is really not, because it's like
Not
people
to
have to,
reach that level. Not to
yeah,
reach that level. So like I think that if music was played fair,
mm-hmm,
they play fair in music. Gospel music artists would be the most paid, because most of the time in gospel music you have to be able to sing. You can't get
mm-hmm,
by by your look. They don't care what you look like.
nope,
Can you sing or can you not sing? You understand what I'm saying?
mm-hmm,
Where in R&B and stuff is like, do you look good enough that we can put you out there and you carry a tune and we
yep,
can make the rest of it work? You know what I'm saying?
yep, yep,
Layla Hathaway, if we were talking talent, Layla Hathaway would be Beyonce. Beyonce would be where Layla Hathaway is. Not taking away from Beyonce's ability to
yeah,
sing, but Layla Hathaway is just is generationally gifted as far as
Yes.
being a singer. Michelle and Dege Ocello, people like that, they would be the household names as far as singers are concerned, and you would never have the Keisha Coles. Not saying that Keisha Cole can't sing, but the packaging of Keisha Cole made all of it work.
But also, but and see you, and when you know, it's like the Tyler Perry formula, because he knows we, the average person that is a movie goer, that is up on their Oscar worthy films or certain things, he know they're not necessarily
They ain't
subscribing.
for him,
And
right?
so he has that church realm, and it's a lot of money in
Oh
that
no,
lane. Is and so he lives there, you
he
know.
shoots
And
for the lowest common denominator, and so when you start getting, so for example,
damn, that's how.
Nissan,
Damn. So is that what I am, the lowest common denominator, because I'm a Keisha Cole fan?
yes. So I know it's your show. I'm not allowed to say it. No. So here's the thing: Nissan is always going to sell more cars than Bentley.
Yeah.
Nissan is always going to sell more cars than Bentley.
Don't talk shit about Nissan and make them regular, because I drive a Nissan. Don't do this.
I do too.
Okay, I'm like, please don't make me feel common, because I'm not.
I'm not calling you basic, but what I am saying is,
I don't have an Altima.
okay. So there you go. So you a Maxima. So you out there
No,
making.
I'm a rogue. Kind of like, I
But
feel like that kind of blends in with my personality sometimes.
you are a rogue, yes. And
Yeah.
so by name, so that's the thing. Nissan's always going to outsell Bentley. So, and it's because they made it so that they're giving you what you really just need.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Bentley is looking at. I'm giving there's a niche for Bentley, and it's in a rarefied air,
Yeah.
and there's nothing wrong. The Bentley connoisseur can't even get with the Nissan. Like they just, oh, that poo poos me. So the Broadway aficionado.
You humbling me real quick, and I don't like it here.
No, no, the Broadway
You just, I mean, for
aficionado.
real. And I'll be like, I'm pure cocaine and you are making me crack.
No,
I don't like
it's
it.
not crack. It's whack. So here's the thing, though. Here's what I'll say about you. You're not going to be Toyota forever, though. Nissan forever. You know what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
your current status is Nissan, but you got Bentley in you. You know what I'm saying? And I could see you in either one. Like you're not a person I would see in a Bentley and be like, oh, she don't belong in a Bentley though. Like I could see you get out of a Bentley and be like, that's yours. Like it fits you. You know what I'm saying? I don't see you getting out of a Bentley and be like, oh, okay, so she driving for somebody today. Or that's her man's Bentley.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
there's certain
Yeah.
people you see them get out, you be like, you don't even, and you got Bentley behavior. You got Bentley behavior. Now
Let them know.
You can Nissan, and sometimes listen, you can go Hyundai if you got to. You got some Hyundai roots. You know what I'm saying? So to be able to fit the full spectrum is great. But what Tyler Perry does with his work, and it's not taken away from him,
It's not
Tyler
taken
Perry,
away. This is no shade.
no, he's not even shooting for. He's not even
Right.
shooting for Broadway aficionado. He doesn't care. I'm only giving this to people who don't care what the wig looks like.
Right.
You don't care about continuity. You don't care about none of that. Just throw it in there.
Yo, like I was trying to get into Sisters, right? It was some scene that I watched, and finding out how he shoots. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if the opportunity presented itself, I'm taking it. I'm taking the check. I ain't even gonna
Every
hold
time.
you. But homeboy was sweating, and you just see it. I was like, so they didn't want to. This the shot?
Like, we ain't gonna. Nobody saw it. Nobody saw it. And editing was like, and Tyler Perry has the money to go reshoot. You telling me? So there's that stuff. And I have a friend. She is huge on Sisters. And every time she watches Sisters, she tells me this is exactly what she says. Yo, the acting is bad. It's not filmed right, but I love it.
Sometimes, okay. So we like to call that low impact, because there's some things that are just kind of like easy to watch. I don't know if I could do that, because I'm like, it was chaotic for me. I was like, I can't get past the sweat. So I never went back.
I've
And
never
I know
watched,
someone that's on that show, like a homeboy that's on that show, and I couldn't get past the sweat.
and you wanted to, and
I
so
wanted to, and I
that was
was
my
just like,
biggest fear doing Churchy. My fear was that we did something that I couldn't watch. But
really?
I know Kev is better than that, and I know Kev's work ethic, and I know mine. And so I'm like, Lord, just please don't let this be Tyler Perry's. And people actually can, and it's funny that Tyler Perry has now become an adjective. And so people came to me and they were surprised. Like people were really surprised. They were like, "Hey, I really thought Churchy was gonna be real Tyler Perry-ish," and they were like, "But it's not at all. It's
It's a
really
good
well done."
time. It's a really good time. I have to catch up on the last couple of episodes because I got like tired where I was like, I'm not gonna keep doing this every week and being on the edge of my seat, like waiting and waiting and waiting. So I'm a binge type of person.
We microwave.
And I'm like, all I say is this. I hate when it happens to me. I know one thing, church, you better come back because I'm not finna binge watch this and this be a one season deal. That be pissing me off. So Kev, this can't be a one season deal. I'm telling you right now, they done bought back a workplace comedy, which is like, oh my God. I told
Workplace is dope
here,
too.
I told him, I said, listen, as someone who has a broadcast journalism degree, even if it's just one episode, y'all gotta get me in. I could be in the field, like,
Anything.
like, and really giving the gripes about how, like, especially my experience, we had a news show that aired on Spectrum weekly. And so you were either shooting, you were an anchor, you were producing. Like it was so many realms and level. It's really chaotic like that. Like, people have their personalities and egos, and I would just never forget it was my week to anchor. And I don't know why. Okay, clearly the school I went to wasn't a lot of us. But I don't know why they thought they was gonna try to light the set and I wasn't on set. Baby, I said, so this supposed to be over at what time? I don't have to work today. We can
We
sit
need
until somebody fix the light. I was like, you can't have sit a white person in my seat to light my black ass. Like you cannot do that.
we are not the same.
We
One of
are
these things is not like the other.
listen. So
Refuse to my hubris.
I just want to act the fool. I want to go because and we were trained to be like a one man band because like the industry was shifting so much and jobs were getting cut, so you would have to write, produce, edit, shoot it all by yourself.
And that's how everybody that I know that's doing broadcast journalism, they're like, oh no, it's me with the camera. I set the camera up, put it down, light myself, stop. They got the remote controls, like you don't see it on camera, like they might have their hand behind their back because they hitting pause, record.
Yep.
It's bananas. I feel for y'all.
It was a lot, and then to know that you don't make money in that industry until you hit a certain market, like they get paid like teachers. And I'm giving y'all information that y'all need to survive. That is vital information, and
Some
they
of them don't
pay
even
us.
get paid as well as teachers. Like now that they starting to do like a lot of the freelance stuff,
Mhm.
you know,
It's a so this is how I'm like this is how this degree is getting used. It's like
that's why
podcast.
social media is a gift and a curse. So like I see so many people now. So like here we have ambulance chasers, and they just basically get famous off of showing up at accident scenes, and somebody just got shot. They just happen to show up, and people love to see. It's the perverseness of man. People love to see a train wreck happening, and so
Yeah.
we're watching train wrecks, and these people are calling themselves journalists. And I'm like, cuz you don't know what a journalist is. You know nothing about journalistic integrity. You know nothing about checking sources. You know none of these things that are so important to being a journalist. But we don't care anymore. So now we even take our journalism like we take our Tyler Perry. We be like, we
Yeah.
know
And
it's terrible. We know it's no good, but it's an easier watch. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
it's really it's really crazy when you see that happens and you spend all this money like you have like even the Meg the Stallion case was a train wreck. And if it wasn't for this one white chick that we call Megan, her name was Megan, but Megan the reporter reporting, this is what's happening. This is not biased information. This is what the defense is doing. This is what the prosecution is doing. And they probably shouldn't have did, like, understanding what that means, where you have people saying the day before the verdict was even announced, like they had sources which would technically would be, I guess, like witness, like jurors saying, oh, they're gonna find him guilty of only like one of the three charges. And then all these people went back and had to like delete the tweet the next day when the verdict dropped. But I think what's happened is that people don't like to do the work. It's how I feel even when it comes to religion, the Bible, all that stuff, where people can say something and misconstrue it, the information, because you didn't take the time to actually read what the word said.
Did you
And
say
so you
weed?
can
Did you say weed? What it said?
read
You said weed the first time.
whatever he created it, so it's of the earth. So, but that's what happens. So people rely on people to feed them information instead of taking a step back and being able to say, hold on, this doesn't sound right, let me go check this out. It happens, it's everywhere, Fox TV, MSN, like all these different places. And so it's really frustrating, and understanding what happens and how I'm like, you can't say that. That's libel. That's
Yeah.
slander. Like, that's defamation.
It's
I'm like,
slander,
this is a
libel, different, all
lawsuit.
those. But they're now, because of social media, because of how social media works now, and how news cycles have now gone from like a week to like 36 seconds. Even legitimate, or what we consider legitimate, vetted, vested news sources, MSNBC, CNN, places like ESPN, they are now competing with social media to try to
Mhm.
get something out. You know what I'm saying? So when
Yeah.
you have a tragedy or whatever it is, they're trying their hardest to keep their ratings up, to have it out before you've already made up your mind. And you be like, by the
Yeah.
time you see it on the news, you be like, man, that's old. That happened at 3 o'clock. I done seen
Yeah.
that in 67 different angles by then. And so
Yeah.
it's become a vicious cycle, man. And I hate it. And more idiots are using the internet every day. Like,
Yeah.
that's the gift of social media, is that it gives everybody a voice. The curse of
Yeah.
social media is that it gives everybody a
Everybody
voice.
a voice.
Back in
I
the day, crazy was separated.
Yeah, and I have friends that's, like, in this realm, that are navigating or understand how to navigate because of our training. So we had a kind of like a prerequisite to this space. And so we recognize and realize, hey, that's not real. That's a joke. We understand propaganda. You understand how people are influenced. We've known that our entire lives, where it doesn't consume us and makes us feel a certain type of way. And you see certain people that are on like a academics, and I'm just like, yo, like, I don't wish downfall or anybody, but there are certain people, like, even there are moments when, yes, Charlemagne can be great, but then for the most part, we know it's clickbait, it's sound bites, and it's like, I understand, like, you're an entertainer, but don't then just entertain. I feel like there's certain lanes that you just should stay in, if that's what you're going to do. Don't confuse the two, because it creates this space. It just creates a lot of a headache and chaos that I really feel like shouldn't exist. But sometimes I get on, I'll engage with people, I'll post a clip, and I'll go about my day, because I'm
The,
like, not today.
the danger of
uh,
Charlemagne, the danger of Charlemagne and people like him, is that Charlemagne is best viewed as satire, but
yeah.
he's taken as the truth.
Hmm.
And most of the time, even during the day, he starts to feel like he's now got to a point where he feels like he is the authority on things. He is the truth. He rarely Steve Harvey, the same thing. Like, people, I can't believe that Steve Harvey is a relationship expert. Like, people are really listening to Steve Harvey, and he's telling them how to do relationships. I mean,
Yo, the fact that that's a whole, there's a case study for Marjorie and Steve Harvey that we need to, like, there's a couple of case studies. There's a Stevie Wonder case study, there's a Marjorie, because when you learn that even the history of her, Dog.
Toxicity. And so when you look at
Dog, she's
those
like
two,
Chris, she's the black Chris Jenner, low key. Really think about it. And that's no I think Lori Harvey is such a beautiful girl. I really do. Like her family, the kids that Marjorie had, like they are beautiful kids. Like, but I'm telling you, when you know, and it's a case study. And that's, but also I also think in hindsight, that's probably really how people should show up for their kids. Like my kids said they want to do this, we going ham. Matthew
whatever you
knows,
gotta
Tina
do.
knows their case study. It's like, you said you want to do this. All right, we backing this shit up.
Hey,
Wrap it
listen,
up, pack it up. We going to do
People
this.
hate Joe Jackson. People hate Joe Jackson. But if we go on results based, I mean, he gave you Michael and Janet.
Yeah.
It was a little off, but what were your desired results? I mean, so I just think we're in a bad place, like where Umar Johnson is considered an authority, and
Dog. Yesterday, Umar Johnson said something, and I was like, damn, I agree with him. And the fact that I was
he's one
like,
in 12 though.
yeah,
He's never Umar Johnson is never completely wrong. Can I say that about him? Umar Johnson is never completely
yeah, we gonna
wrong,
give him that.
but he's not 97. Like the danger of Umar Johnson is Umar Johnson will give you one fact, and it'll be so strong. Now he'll just build an entire fabrication off that old fact, but you don't know he's two truths and a lie. You,
Well, the cool thing, actually, I wanted to play that game with you today, and then I was tussling, and then I got dizzy because I leaned into the camera, and I was like, alcohol. So, but Omar, what happens? Omar is the level. We love Umar Johnson's confidence because that's the whole game that he plays. We know we're not never getting to school. We know that there's certain things that he says that we can relate to and understand, but it's the tone and the confidence behind what he says to people that really makes him kind of believable. And he has like his tribe of people that follow him. And it's a little hoteppy for a lot of us, because we're like, bro, what? But it's Cletus. It's like how we crack jokes about you having to grow your hair for Churchy, and I will look at you in your eye and say, Cletus, you tripping, shaving your hair. I think you look amazing with your hair. Why don't you do that more often? And it sounds believable, but we know deep down inside
that is a whole mess. That's a
it's a
whole mess
mess.
going on up there, and so we
And
don't.
that's no diss. You and I have
No,
talked
no, no,
about
no, no, no. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, I felt no kind of way. I mean, a little bit. I cried a little bit on the inside.
You call me basic,
I
the,
did
the,
not.
the lowest common denominator for
Did not.
liking Keisha Cole.
Did I? I
So
did not.
you threw
I
it,
and I
I
definitely
threw it
said it
back.
to a full spectrum, not even in the autism way. I just
You
I
are
didn't know you were
not.
deaf. So talk about handicapped people already. I'm always on my way to hell. I had no idea.
I'm already deaf. I feel like low key I'm on the spectrum as an adult because certain sounds I can't even take. I'm just
Oh,
it's okay.
that's also a side of being gifted.
Okay.
I didn't
But
know that
our people,
until like
go ahead.
gifted children can't take loud noises and things like that. Like that's very difficult for them. So like you being gifted or a dog, one of
They're
those.
autistic. They're on the like the low end of the spectrum because there's like people um that are clearly like functioning, like it's becoming a reoccurring common thing as people really understand autism and what it looks like, because for the most part, autism, we only focus on people where it appears that they have like
Nonverbal or they have
nonverbal, or it
something that
takes them
makes
a
them
long,
seem.
it's delayed or all those stuff. So that's where the focus is. But a lot of us, I think Kanye West is on the spectrum.
Oh, without question.
Yeah,
And
so
his mama dying just exacerbated it. And I think that she knew how to control his autism more
that's
than
what
anybody.
I said.
His mama knew how to she knew what his triggers were. She
Yep,
knew how to protect him from different
yep,
things.
yep.
But there's also demons in Kanye. I can't imagine. And I love my mom, more than anybody in the world. Like my mom, I talk to her all the time, man. So she's sitting in the cabinet in the living room right now, and I'll go talk to her all the time. I just brought her out the other day when I met Yolanda Adams because I knew that was somebody my mom would like to meet. But I don't know what the hand is for.
We're not doing this.
Oh, I mean, my mom was cremated in 2019, but she's still around. That's why I don't have sex in the living room because she's in there. I gotta respect, what she's watching. So
She
sometimes
in the house. You shouldn't be doing it because she in the house.
oh no, I've been doing it because my mom was in the house, but I'm not gonna do it in the living room. When I was growing up, I did do it with my mom in the house. But it is what it is. Listen, these rocks got to get off. I'm not gonna be a whole grown man and go get a hotel. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. And
Look, just take me to the king because this is just too much. But continue.
I would prefer to be at her house though. I do prefer to go to the woman's house because it's easier for you to exit that way. When you're ready to go, you're ready to go. When she comes to your house, she can overstay her welcome, and then you got to be a bad guy and put her out.
But see, that's how I feel. I might come over here. Bye.
Yeah, but see,
Ain't no staying the night. No spend a night
oh man,
back. No.
I wish more women would be okay with don't even plan on spending the night. Like a good 30 minutes after we do, just to make sure another round. Once we've done all the rounds we finna do, then everybody go to your separate. I really like my bed. My bed is mine. Like I really enjoy it. But
Yeah.
I've already got like alarms that go off and sound like phone calls. And it's not like at 5:30. Like my alarm will go off at 5:37 and sound like a phone ring, and I'll be like, "Hello," and I'll
Oh my
become Usher.
God.
Yo, who's this? Yo, stop playing. For real? Put that on everything. So,
Okay, Usher.
so I'll get out of there. I forgot where I was even going with this whole conversation.
Mr. Are we really paying attention to Superstar? But continue. Okay.
That
Back to
song, that is Confessions.
I know it's Confessions. It's the same album.
Yeah, no, Superstar. That won't a song. Bad Girl though. Come on, man. It's
I could
never
do
a drunk
without
girl
Bad
in
Girl.
the
I
club.
don't ever have to hear Bad Girl ever again.
That song is
Just like I never have to hear Beyonce's If I Were a Boy or Single Ladies.
Single Ladies.
And
I
this
can't
is and
get
this
rid
is
of.
and this is and this is coming from a stan. Like
Be
don't have
happy.
to have it.
Be
Don't
happy.
have to also don't have to hear Dangerously in Love or Halo.
So Halo, I didn't get the appeal to Halo. I knew that You Won't Break My Soul was gonna be one of those annoy songs. I knew we were gonna hear that forever. Like I knew that they were gonna play that to death because that song is perfect for the LGBTQ community. Like that
Yeah, I
Cher,
mean,
she's gonna bump Cher out of the way in a while. Like she's gonna be more important to gays than Cher.
Shay sure is dating a young black man.
Listen,
She's dating Amber Rose's baby daddy.
listen. Cher got something magical going on down there. I don't even want to come close to what Cher got. Cher and Kiki Wyatt, I don't want none of it. I don't
Like,
want any of what they got.
wow. I really believe. Hold on. Okay. About your mom, can we just go back?
Go ahead. Yeah, she's in the living room. What happened? You want me to bring
You
on?
were going to tell us something and then you said that and it just,
You want me to bring on the show?
no.
Oh, okay.
But you were saying
I can.
something along the lines of, look, I love my mom. We were talking about Kanye West. Go back.
Oh, so here's the thing. There's got to be something like I love. I'm glad you did that. I know I'm on somebody's spectrum. I don't know which one it is, but I'm on it. I do know this. I believe there has to be something about finally living your dream, getting your dream, the person who supported you the most to getting to your dream. Because if you watch Jesus and you see how his mama supported him perfectly, how his mama knew all the lyrics to his rap songs, she would go to his shows, all of this stuff. Like if you saw all of that and how she believed in his dream, and ultimately the result of his dream is what really killed his mom. Like if he would have been working at Burger King or just having a regular job, would he ever had the money to send her overseas to have this cosmetic surgery? Like all of that, you know what I'm saying?
She
Like,
wasn't overseas. She was right here in Beverly Hills.
oh, I thought it was overseas in China somewhere, but in Beverly
Mm-mm.
Hills. But would he have been able to put her in that position? And so now my gift is my curse again. Like my gift really is what took my mama from me, the woman. Yo, that's gonna kill your mind in a million different ways. And she was the only one that could control him. Like, Listen, I always feel sorry for Kanye. I do, and I do think he's gifted, and I think his mind works in a different way. But I also don't always think it's right. Like people who really get behind Kanye and be like he a super genius, I'm like, I need you to have a sandwich. Like take a nap.
Yeah, I think at some point it's certain conversations that we have to have with people, and it's like, dog, like, grow up. I think that's always when I come
You
back to
can't
the, I'm
wear
like,
space boots, Kanye. It's just they're space boots.
it's. I feel that when you, I don't fuck with the nigga no more because I'm like, dog, like I can't even. It's like it's when you have certain levels of access and you just feel like you are. I felt like at one point he did stuff that shifted the culture in such a positive way. For it to end like this, it's like, dog. But a lot of it boils back down to his ego. A lot, and like spectrum, yes, I think that part of it is, a lot of it is egotistical. He's a Gemini, I'm an air sign, so I get it. But I think a lot of it, you have to be able to take a step back and hold the mirror up and be accountable and just like say, yo, I fucked up. And even at the end of the day, yeah, you paid for your mama's surgery, but at the end of the day, it was her vanity that kind of.
Yeah, yeah, that letter to
Yeah,
want you to do it.
and they, but and the issue is that it wasn't, she had been trying to get this done. Many people had told her no, just
Right.
because she having health issues. So ultimately, that's what got to kill. He felt like he probably sacrificed her or whatever. But
A grown
you,
up got to be a
because
grown up.
you thinking about it from the perspective, my mom, like you said, my mom has shown it for me. She did everything for me. Blah 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 blah. This the least that I could do. But any type of surgery, plastic surgery, even surgeries for your health are very
Risk.
risky. Like you could be in perfect health and things happen. And it's just, it's just unfortunate. But I feel like at some point, that's, you have to just grow up and be able. And my sister and I, we talked about the concept of death yesterday for us, and how we probably our approach to it, we'd be like, well, shit happens. Like our mom died, she was 3, I was 6 months. So we've experienced a lot of death, like throughout our lives, like early on, being super young. And it's just like, damn.
But
And
it
then
shapes you though. It shapes you. You don't get over. You don't get over either the experience itself or the void that's created in your life. I don't think
yeah,
those both shape you. You know what I'm saying? You would be if your mother hadn't died at the age of 6 months. There's no way to say whether positive, negative, whichever. And I know you've had people who have stepped into those roles,
yeah,
but your birth mother, that's a whole different perspective, and there's a different dynamic.
yeah,
That's a butterfly effect that we can't deny. You know what I'm saying?
right,
And
right,
it changes you, and you if your mom doesn't die when at 6 months, there's a very real chance that we don't have this interaction that we have now. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? Because you may be in a completely different place,
right,
positive, negative, whichever way. You know what I'm saying? And there's so many. Even with my mom, even just me being her child, affected some things. Like I probably could have been a huge superstar, but my mom did not believe in that. Like
my
I knew she was
and
a child, and we had that
yeah,
discussion. I
we
knew.
had that, yes, definitely. And I think that it's just, it's really, it's being able to accept it for what it is. It's a part of your story, and being able to progress, because like, I feel like life is always about progression and not regression. And we think about a lot of the different situations that we've all experienced, friends that we're no longer like,
The season, reason, season, lifetime.
yeah, and
Yep.
and then you just move on. And I I could say this, I wish him peace. I wish him health, because mentally you are unstable, and clearly you are not listening, or you don't have friends that are able to pull your card. That's what happens a lot of times when you have yes people in your circle. I think there's a reason why there's certain people, certain athletes, where we really don't see scandal or behind them, because it's somebody that's going. pull their
Hey,
card
cuz,
real quick.
you need somebody that can hit you with an A, cuz. A, cuz. Nah,
Yep.
nah. Like I think one of the coolest things about being a comedian is that a lot of times, and it comes under the guise of playing the dozens or joking, but a lot of times you got people who will keep you grounded. There's certain things like I know I can't show up around Tahir and Kev and Tony and just be like, this is what I got on. Like, it's not finna happen. There's certain things I can't say because they're gonna be like, hey man, no. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying?
Hmm.
And even some of the things that we are confident in, they grow in our confidence. Like I watch Tahir um, and if you ever tell him I said something good about him, I'll deny it to the end of my days. But to hear has a whole different level of confidence. Like to hear is not traditionally anything. Like we always tell Tahir, we like Tahir, you are so ugly, but you photograph amazingly.
Y'all not gonna do my brother. I'll beat your ass.
Huh?
And
No,
I
but
pointed.
is it not true though? Does he not take phenomenal pictures? You look, you're like, why does this dude photograph well? He's fat. He has no muscles. He's completely freckled. He's gingered. He is everything that you teach.
Rehan, you now in the you not finna do my brother because I will get you robbed. Like let me go St. Louis on you real quick.
But if they rob me, they get nothing. So all they're gonna do is become a better robber. So what I'm saying is, if he is a special Olympian winning the regular Olympics all the time. It's amazing that he does it. And because of his confidence, I feel like I can do anything. Because of Tahir, how does Tahir end up with a PhD?
Y'all, you know,
There
y'all
is
just
no
make him.
reason.
Y'all be teasing to hear honestly because he light skinned and you got some vendetta. Y'all got some colorism
No,
drama, whatever.
and that probably plays a role
Y'all
in it.
always be quick to call out to hear. Y'all don't talk about nobody else. Y'all just be
Okay,
mad
no
because my
problem.
nigga
No
is a
problem. Ain't no problem. There is no reason for us to see Kevin's nipples as many times as we do. Kevin's body is not made for public consumption. Yet his shirt is always off.
But it goes back to what we said about Umar. It's if I don't believe in me, nobody else will. And it's a way that you just have to move through the space. And I am
If you can argue with this dog, I'm walking off. I'm gonna walk off the show. I swear to Jesus and three white people. If you about to have an argument with this dog.
I'm not about to have an argument with the dog.
Okay.
Y'all gonna let me live. This is me practicing to be a mom, okay? This is night 2 where I have not had a full night's rest because the dog.
You chose
And
that.
I did choose it and I choose to be a mom at some point. So just let me live. That's all. That's
You
all
chose
we did it's okay.
okay. I'm getting ready to go do another podcast.
You are about to go do
I'm
another
really glad to just walk
podcast.
off and be like, I'm about to go do another podcast.
I would have been like, and I'm gonna see y'all here next week. Don't forget to buy your candles at saintangelus.com, saint-angelus.com slash
It's so
candles.
unsaintly though. But the whiskey sour, the whole libations concept, I didn't bring the libations, I apologize.
I was already drunk.
The background, all of that is amazing. You are
I
on
appreciate my
you're on
mama
my
cussed me
list.
out about it. My mama Lucretia cussed me out about it.
You on my list though. You, Todd Davis, and her name is right on the tip of my tongue. I just
Corey,
pulled up Corey. The three of y'all are on my list. Y'all
what we
make it
do?
very, very difficult to be y'all friends. I say that all the time.
Okay,
I say
we
that all the
here.
time. And
What? What do I?
I still got 4 minutes I can do. Why y'all make it very, very difficult because y'all are forever putting out, and y'all ain't even thirst trapping. That's the part that makes it the worst for me. Y'all are just naturally being y'all, and y'all always putting up something that I already know. I don't even want none of my male friends to go look at. I don't want strangers looking at because I already know the thoughts that are going through their minds. I just need all of that not to happen. And I'd be like, yo, I will fight you, cuz.
How does this make you feel?
I'll fight you, cuz. That's the whole thing. Like fisticuffs. I'm so
Oh my
glad your
god.
Ring camera was blocking most of it.
Oh
Like
my
I
gosh.
that's the kind of stuff that y'all do. I wish I had more ugly friends. Cause you parade your ugly friends in any way. You just be like, "Come on out, girl. We good. You don't even have to wear your leash today." But y'all make it so difficult. Like you just don't even understand. Like the number of times I've been in fights in my head over you, Ty, and that dang on Corey.
Corey got a
Corey at
whole
the
ass
most.
husband, so her husband is going to
And we know we
like
know her
tooth and
husband's an old
nail.
killer, all of that. We get that. But I still so like for my friends and when I'm in friend spaces and when I bring people in and consider them friends, like in real life, if I'm in LA, you in LA, like if you come here, whatever you need, I'm getting. You and my friend. You ain't gotta worry about it coming with no caveats or nothing. And like I wish a nigga would come out his mouth the wrong way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Knock your head and go to jail and do what I gotta do. Like I'm gonna protect your honor. I'm Daniel Russo around you, right? So that's how I am about my friends. Like if you want my friends, say what you wish. Say all the things that I would say for you being not my friend. But because that's my friend, I'm gonna need you to put some religion on your comments. Like all of that. I'm gonna need you. No, you will not look at her legs. I don't care that she has 75 foot of legs. Just pretend she's a midget. In your mind, she has no. She's an amputee in your mind. You know
Oh
what I'm
my
saying?
god,
Like
I cannot stand you. I'm gonna take the compliment. I'm gonna receive it,
your right
but
boob is almost out. Not now. In the
how?
picture. Not now. I'm talking about in the
Oh,
picture, in the whiskey sour picture.
so that's how Lucretia cuts me out, and I was like, my sister made this artwork.
Okay. So titties are out in artwork all the time.
I mean, yeah, but I just was like, here we go. So she decided not to support my podcast for that reason.
She's not supporting your titties, and I'm all for that. You
Anyway, Cletus, I
got
appreciate
knee
you.
dimples. You ain't supposed to have knee dimples. Knee dimples. I got a whole joke about hitting some nutsy, and here you go with knee dimples.
Anyway, I'm gonna receive all the compliments. Rain down on me.
And that's the
So
problem. When you keep putting pictures up like that, it's gonna be men that gonna want to rain down on you, and that's the issue. Now I'm gonna have to come play meteorologist and be like, nigga, it ain't nothing but sunny skies around my friend.
anyway, tell the people where they can find you on social media. Tell them what you got coming up. Definitely want to have you back. I want to talk because I wanted to
None of
get
the
the
stuff you
clean.
wanted to talk to me about, we talked about.
Nothing. Like
I'm the worst
because it's
interview
your
ever.
fault. It's really I'm not taking any accountability here. I'm not gonna do it.
Oh, I'm the worst interview ever. So like,
And then
we
yeah,
walk this
but you just have to roll with the punches. But that's also the purpose to be able to have dope conversations where it doesn't feel scripted, like it's thought out. We had a good time. And I would definitely want to bring you back because I wanted to talk about clean comedy because I reviewed your website and all these different things. And so tell us where your next show, where
I
they
did
can
your
find you, where they
research.
can watch you on the televisions.
Yep. So all social media is Cletus Comedy. CLETUS Comedy is on all social media. Even though Kev and Tony Baker kind of make me go by my real name. My real name is Nicholas. How about that? Did you get that out of any of your research? You didn't get that, did you? Nope.
I didn't get that far, but I figured that Cletus was a fake name
Yeah, and it
because
came.
you're not. I mean, you
I'm
you
Southern, but not that Southern.
not that southern. Yeah,
I haven't been a slave in a long time.
yeah.
So yeah, so Cletus Comedy though, CLETUS Comedy on all social media except Christian Mingle, where my name is my rod and staff comfort you. Um, you can find me there. You can of course find me on Kev on Stage Studios production Churchy, where I play the role of Deacon Charles. Later on this year, I am going to be doing my own tours. Probably going to be about 8 to 10 cities, but I'm
Okay.
really excited about doing that. So look at me for me to do those. Find me in comedy clubs, churches, all kinds of places. Lots of places I ain't supposed to be in, but I'm still doing comedy, man, because I still think that I'm still top 500 dead or alive. So come check me out on that top 500 dead or alive, man. Like I'm in there. I'm a genius in real life, but not a Kanye genius because I wear regular shoes. Um, Other than that, man, find me trying to kind of have put my daughter through college and just try to keep my son off the pole. So that's what I'm doing at this point.
I yeah. So yeah, guys, thank you for for tuning in.
Like, I don't even know where
Here,
this went. I don't even know what.
I
Oh, you can find me every morning, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have a morning show that I do. I know it's way too early for y'all, so watch the repeat on the West Coast. But 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I have a morning show that I do called "See You in the Morning." It's between 15 to 30 minutes every day of me just kind of musing about what's going on in my life, what's going on in the world, and just trying to start people's day off with some sort of positivity. So you can do that. You can also find me on the Michael Collier Morning Show every morning at 7 a.m. Pacific time. So I'm on there with him. And I'm also a co host on Michael's podcast. Michael Talks to Everybody. So you can go on and check that out too. I'm doing a lot of stuff, man. Find me, man. I'm just trying to be, I just want to
we're
be
just trying to be
successful.
great. We just really trying to be
I just don't
successful.
want to be, I just don't want to be a Nissan.
Yeah, but current, I say this. This is the best way to describe it. We're wealthy. It's just not in liquid form. Okay, it's coming. It's there. We just physically can't swipe it or take it out the account. So we wealthy.
That's it. I'm gonna adopt that. I'm muscular. It's just not in solid form.
That's how listen, that's how I feel about my ass. I'm like, I'm proportioned, but I was like, in my mind, I'm thick, like, but I'm thin.
Definitely slim thick. You definitely slim thick.
Yeah, I gotta get off the sugar and these the carbs. I'm gonna leave them alone. And at some point I'm gonna do a crunch or two. And
Our
I'm
scales ain't like
Operation Lose the Gut, Get a Butt is in full effect.
I'm
I'm
leaving.
gonna see y'all here next week. Peace out. Bye.